Happy Sunday evening, everyone. I don't have a lot of time today because Sky is being a brat, and the race took an extra 40 minutes to end, which was really, really annoying because I needed it to end earlier before Sky decided to be a brat. So I'm going to have to keep this under 10 minutes. So I'm going to talk quick. I'm going to try to get to all the points, and hopefully you can watch this either while you are going to sleep and then fall asleep to the sound of my beautiful voice, or watch this in the morning on Monday morning, or never watch this because you are not subscribed to my channel, or watch it in its full entirety of 10 minutes and just listening to me talk and then commenting and liking and then being subscribed to the channel. And then also for the Patreon members, I want to give you guys a shout out as always for being the best. And if you are currently watching this, one of you guys Patreon members, if you guys are, I love you as always. But yeah, I don't really know where I was going with that. But the point is, like, if you want to listen to me while you fall asleep, like I do, that came out wrong. I don't listen to me. I watch other YouTubers while I fall asleep, and I usually fall asleep within like 3 to 4 minutes. I don't know if you guys do that, but I do that. I put on a YouTube video and then I fall asleep. Yeah, for a video that I need to end really under 10 minutes, I actually need to like not take too much time here. So let's get into it. Circuit of the Americas, the first NASCAR Cup Series race without cautions at the stage breaks since, I think the fact was 2016. Was that the last time it happened? Was it 2016? I don't know. It's been so long that we've had stages and stage cautions and breaks and everything. And I thought, for a while we've talked about this. I said it multiple times in road course races last season, and I think the fan base agreed in general, and NASCAR ended up agreeing as well. You don't need to throw a caution at the end of a stage for road courses because it's too predictable. The strategy, it punishes you for wanting to win the race because you want to win the race. You got to sacrifice stage points. It makes absolutely no sense. So this was a lot better. Now you still had a lot of, actually, in a weird way, we had in today's race, I'm going to try and find out the amount of cautions. I cannot figure it out right now because NASCAR's website doesn't do it anymore apparently, and that's what I usually use. So now I don't know how many cautions were in the race, but there was a good amount. And to not have those stage breaks, I think that was one of the biggest stories of the race. And you had so many different strategies because the cautions were unpredictable, which is what I like. Now, the negative part that I think a lot of people, including NASCAR, was afraid of, well, what if you run the whole race without a caution because you need a full course caution? Well, NASCAR did this since inception before 2017. Like, it's not the end of the world if a NASCAR race goes caution-free for a while at a road course. It's fine. It's a different type of race. The strategy plays a part in it. The strategy in road course racing is fantastic. I think today was a really, really good race, barring the last few. The best way I could explain this race, I might even put it in the title of the video, I'm not sure yet, but the best way I could explain this race is it was an old school race with a modern finish. That's the best way I could explain it, because you had the cautions, breathe cautions at the end, just chaos in a turn one every single restart, and then cars would crash, cars would have damage, cars would have oil, there'd be debris on the track, a car would blow up like Austin Dillon with 4 laps to go. A lot of these things would happen, and it became hectic towards the end, which wasn't ideal. But because before, I think it was it Keselowski who stopped, or I got my cautions mixed up now, but with about 13 to go, I think it was, where there was a complete fuel strategy race going on between Tyler Reddick, William Byron, Daniel Suarez, and Ross Chastain, where even Suarez was given the green light to push. He was a second and a half faster than the leaders because the leaders were backing off trying to save fuel. Suarez was able to get to second place. This would have been a really, really interesting finish, because 13 laps at COTA is an eternity. That's like 25 minutes. So that would have been a while to see how it would go, but the caution came out, and I was fine with that. But then it was caution after caution after caution. It gave that feeling of a modern NASCAR race, where I think it's cool and all to get overtime finishes, but the amount of times that we have to do this in a NASCAR race is sometimes a little bit frustrating, where I feel like the flow of the race was really good throughout the entire race, and having that strategy towards the end with Suarez maybe being able to push Reddick, did he really have enough fuel, and all that would have been a really cool race to watch. But unfortunately, we were kind of robbed of that with the cautions. That's fine. I'm not complaining. I like the fact that it was natural, just natural cautions throughout the race. No predicting strategy around a stage break caution and stuff like that. That was a really cool, and I'm really excited for the rest of the road course races to have this, and maybe one day maybe we can eliminate ending the stages with a caution. I really hope that can happen one day, but I just don't think it will because of TV and NASCAR wanting to continue that intermission style that allows fans to get food at the track and stuff. And even though, I don't think it harms the product as much at speedways and super speedways. At road courses, it was very obvious you had to take the cautions out, but that's a debate for another day. I'm just really happy they don't have cautions at road courses anymore. The two dominant cars today was Tyler Reddick and William Byron. They fought it out. Really, really good battles. There was a really good moment between Reddick and Byron fighting it out for basically a solid, lap, essentially, battling for the lead. Really, really good racing between them. Very, very clean, very respectable. I think they're racing the right way throughout the entire race. They had the two best cars. It was very obvious. Tyler Reddick and William Byron had the two best cars. I think Reddick had a better car, but Reddick's strategy put him a little bit on the back foot through the middle part of the race. But credit to the team. They made a change of plans basically mid-strategy, and they had so much speed and pace that they were able to kind of change their strategy midway through, get fresh tires, run down William Byron from a 6.5-second gap, and take over the lead about halfway through the race, which essentially put him back on the same strategy, if not better, than William Byron. Because Byron, who was in the lead for basically the majority of the race, was able to do what the leaders are doing in terms of, trying to stretch it to 24 laps, then trying to go, I think it was 45, 46, into then 68, which was the ending of the race. And that was the strategy that he was playing, where Reddick decided to go down. I think it was one of the second natural caution, about 13 laps in the race. He decided to come down pit road, give up all of his track position, but have that 13 laps extra fuel with fresher tires to open up the strategy playbook. And these are the things that I like with road course racing, is that natural caution that happened was able to then affect the rest of the race for the foreseeable, hour or two into the middle and final third of the race. That was awesome. That's NASCAR racing at its best right there. That's what Formula One does as well. That's what IndyCar does. It's just natural racing. Like, strategy is not boring. I think maybe NASCAR forgot that sometimes. That strategy is not a boring aspect of a race. It can make it really interesting. Get cars on different strategies, different tires, and you really have to pay attention throughout the whole race like that, because you're not going to have side-by-side battling and all that for the entirety of the race. It's just not going to happen. So I was really happy with how this race played out. Towards the end, it was chaos. It was absolute chaos. And I can't keep recording for too much longer, but I'm going to have to wrap this up very quickly. Really big credit to Tyler Reddick, because he had no right to have to defend as many times as he had to defend. He had the race won, then a caution with 4 to go. He had the race won again, a caution before they got to the white flag. He had the race won again, a caution before he got to the white flag. It was just he had to defend over and over and over and over and over again at a track where you're going into turn one, you're expecting to get hit, and over he was able to get it basically right, except for I think one time, but he was able to get it right every other time and did a stellar job. And so really, really good job to Tyler Reddick for being able to hold on to the lead. He fully deserves the win, because all those cautions was really just trying to take the win away from him. Someone dive bombing turn one, getting to him. He falls back a few positions, can't get back going. He did a terrific job, and it really showcases the talent that he has. I think at road courses, I've been saying this for a few years now, you can really see the driver talent at a road course, because Tyler Reddick was with that 8 team last season. Now, Kyle Busch did finish second, so I don't want to say that, you could put Tyler Reddick in a bad car and he won't be able to do it. Of course, the car matters, but the drivers, Ross Chastain, who won last season, he was really strong today. William Byron, who's been strong at the road courses last season, just wasn't able to finish it towards the end of races. He had the second best car today. He led a lot of laps today. I think he maybe led the most laps. I'm not entirely sure about that, but he won a stage. Reddick won stage 2. Just these guys. Alex Bowman had a really good day today as well. Austin Cindric, his road course battle and road course prowess, and ending up in 6th. Really good day from him. And then on more of a, real quick, just to touch on it, because this is a negative note. I've been saying, and everyone knows this. It's not a secret that Bubba Wallace needs to work on his road course racing. And today he made a really big mistake. He's very hard on himself. He unfortunately said that he should, in the heat of the moment, that he made a rookie mistake and that he should be replaced, essentially. He knows. I think it's a mental thing now, but road course racing is a special talent. And with the amount of road courses that are on the schedule now, you could just tell who's good at it and who's not. And unfortunately, they're for the same team. Tyler Reddick, 23XI, Bubba Wallace, 23XI, and you just know that Bubba Wallace at a road course is not going to be a favorite because he's just not. I mean, straight up, he's not good enough at road courses. But he knows that. Everyone knows that. And I think the pressure was getting on him a little bit. But yeah, it was a really bad mistake from him today. The way he was talking about it is that he did overshoot turn 8, 12. Is it turn 12? I think it is. The heavy braking zone down the backstretch. He overshot that from the way his reaction came, that he didn't break anything before he got into the corner. And if that is the case, yeah, it's a really, really bad mistake. The way it looked like he broke something before he entered the corner and just took out Kyle Larson like that. And that was a really weird, by the way, sequence of events, because then Larson was trying to come down pit road, spun off the front of Denny Hamlin. Yeah, very, very odd sequence of events. But it was a very interesting race, very solid race. Next week we go to Richmond, where I think people are not going to be very excited about Richmond, because Richmond has had a very average amount of split between audience perception and stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. But then Bristol Dirt's after that. Martinsville, Talladega should be a lot of fun after that. Overall, I give today's race the first 90% of this race, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. I almost went 10 out of 10. 9.5 out of 10. It felt like old school with a modern twist. It felt good to have natural cautions. It felt nice to have a race flow again. Circuit of the Americas is a fantastic track, both for Formula One and for NASCAR. It's absolutely fantastic. Fantastic racing facility. And just the final 10 laps was a little bit chaotic. I was hoping maybe they wouldn't go that insane because it became a lottery. The results after that became a lottery because everyone was it was chaos. But yeah, it was definitely a very solid. I think one of my favorite races of the season, definitely. I feel like the season's been average for most of it, but I think this race was definitely very good. I'm going to end it there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. And hopefully we'll have a good race at Richmond, although I'm not expecting that, unfortunately. It's not Richmond's fault. Richmond's a good track. I don't understand why they don't put on good races, but yeah, whatever. Yeah, we'll do it. Congratulations to Tyler Reddick. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Hopefully you guys have a good week and everything, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Peace out.